everybody, welcome back to the studio, Windows to Heaven Art, the place where we talk about how to improve our own style as artists. In the last video, I went into how to use this guy right here, a Wacom tablet. And in this video, I want to explore how digital art can actually improve our own art when it comes to actually putting paint on a canvas, painting wet on wet on an actual canvas. So it's a little bit different for me. I'm new to digital art, but I'm finding using this Wacom tablet that there is a lot that we can go into, and there's a lot of benefits coming from doing digital art. So we're going to talk about that. As an example, you'll see me painting a picture digitally, and I'll just talk a little bit about how that can improve our art when it comes to actually painting with paint. So let's jump right into it and see what kind of things we can learn. Alright, so I'm going to basically begin this piece of art the same way I would any other piece of art that I wasn't doing digitally. So you can notice here that I've sketched out my subject matter here, which in this case is like a fantasy warrior. And I've just went ahead and put the background in as the basic background color that I want for this picture. And I found that it is very, very similar to actually painting. So I'm following the same principles that I would if I were painting. And the thing that I really like about doing this digital art, especially for practicing art, is it is super forgiving. And as you'll see, as I continue to work on this picture, if I don't like something, I can just go back and you know, start from where I was before I made the mistake. And that really allows for, I'm going to say, an explosion of learning, because if you are painting, you know, on a canvas wet on wet with oil paint or acrylic, if you paint something in, it's really hard to go back. And so you kind of have to roll with it. But I'll have to say, when you just want some raw learning, try digital art, because you can go back to a few frames back to before you made a mistake or something, and then just redo it. Being able to go back and fix a mistake and redo it, it really actually builds your confidence, I think, for real painting, because you are able to know what works better. You can see I am still continuing the sketch process here. And when you can go back and redo something, it allows you to be able to study in a very rapid way, like proportions, you know, body proportions here. Like you can see, I'm sketching out the arm. I did have a reference photo that I was looking at for the face, because portraits are something that I really want to make sure that I get exact. But the rest of, you know, this picture, I was just going by eye, just what looked right. So I did a lot of redos with the proportions of this guy's body, and it really allowed me to learn at a rapid rate just how to do proportions. So it is invaluable to do digital art just from that perspective alone. You can see I tried sketching out different positions that this character would be in. This particular one, I was just trying out to see if it would work to have him kind of with his leg up, you know, like grabbing this sword, which I didn't end up going with, but it allowed me very quickly to explore that possibility without compromising my, you know, entire picture. So this is a slide here showing the progression of this picture as I continued working on it. You can see I started with the background. After I had my basic sketch, I started to try to fill in a background, and I explored having this warrior kind of out in a countryside with like a stream running by. And then I started to fill in his armor, his skin tone, etc. And you can see here, this is basically what it looks like with my hand and using the Wacom tablet. Super easy stuff. And then I decided that I wanted the background to be kind of like a urban inner city fantasy look instead of being out in the country. So I started tweaking the position of his hand down there, gripping the sword, and then I got something that I was wanting to move forward with. And so I just started layering. And this is basically what we do when we're painting. We start from something that is not very detailed and rather, I call it the ugly stage when you're working on a painting, where it's just not, it doesn't look very good right away. And then you just keep layering and you keep adding detail and you keep building up the image. And that's what we do with digital art as well, which, like I said, it trains you how to use paints because it's so similar. So you can see the progression here of how I did that layering upon layering with this image, working on shadows and highlights and building color tones on top of each other. There's so many different tools that you can use. Like, you can use blending tools. That's really beneficial. It is just so much like painting. And that's the final image right there. That is what I ended up with. That's what I have so far. Just as a taste of, to me, kind of a new frontier of digital art that is not only good for, like I said, improving your own style because you're learning every step of the way using it, but also you can get a really cool image. This image that I have here of this warrior is, believe it or not, it's not close. I would say not even close to being finished. I think there is a lot more that we could put into this image, a lot more lighting, a lot more. I wanted to have some sunlight kind of coming in from behind him, so we could push this image a lot farther, but for this particular video I just wanted to show the benefits of digital art. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the studio today and enjoying this video with me. I hope it was beneficial to you. Remember to leave a like and subscribe for more painting videos later on. Until next time, God bless you guys. We'll see you later.